There was international outrage over the killing of Cecil the Lion in Zimbabwe by American dentist Walter Palmer. Oh, and by the way, that's not Cecil. That's another lion that Dr. Palmer killed. But every story used that picture when they talked about him killing Cecil just to make you more upset. And listen, I get the outrage. A rich guy pays $50,000 to travel to Africa just so he can kill a living thing and show the head off to his friends. Real macho, Walter. You went to Africa and then lured a tame lion that loves people out of the protection of a national forest where you surrounded it, shot a spotlight on it, shot an arrow into it, then let it suffer for 40 hours until you tracked it down and shot it just so you could behead it. How does it feel to be the most hated man in the world? About 600 lions are killed by big game hunters in Africa every single year. Most of them by Americans, I'm sorry to say. But be honest, did you even care about that until Cecil was killed? Of course not. You just got all worked up about a lion you never knew existed, killed by something you never knew was happening. Man, the power of the media. I just hope you have some of that same instant outrage left for humans. You see these four men? They're being held captive in Iran. Amir Hezmati is a former Marine born in Arizona, but of Iranian descent. He went to Iran to visit his grandmother when he was arrested, put in jail, and accused of being a spy. Jason Rezaian is a journalist who was working for the Washington Post before he was arrested in Iran. Robert Levinson is a private investigator who was working a case in Iran. And Saeed Abedini is a Christian pastor. All four of these men are worthy of your attention, but I'm going to focus on Abedini for a moment. He was born in Iran a Muslim and then found Christ when he became an adult. He married a U.S. citizen and moved to this country and became a Christian pastor. He used to travel back and forth in Iran and was starting a Christian orphanage. And then in 2012, on his 9th trip to Iran, he was arrested, imprisoned, and charged with compromising national security. He is tortured regularly in an effort to get him to denounce Christianity and to denounce Christ, but he refuses. Saeed Abedini has a wife and 2 children who live in Idaho who hope that you care as much about their father as, say, Cecil the Lion. Saeed Abedini, at least, has the heart of a lion. There are international negotiations right now to extradite the dentist that killed Cecil the Lion back to Zimbabwe where he can stand trial. And there are calls to end big game trophy trips altogether. Outrage can aggravate change. There are also intense international negotiations with Iran and the United States where the U.S. would lift economic sanctions in return for Iran giving up its nuclear weapons program. The 4 Americans were not part of the deal. So just to be clear, the Obama administration is willing to lift economic sanctions against a country that is holding 4 Americans hostage. The administration can only get away with that if there is a vacuum of outrage. Show that you care. Tweet, post, and email everyone you know and say no deal until the Iran 4 are released. Cecil the Lion is dead. It's too late to save him. But these 4 Americans, they're still presumed to be alive. You may be able to save them if you just care. I'm Larry Menti. See you next week.